I found it to be a really important source of community for myself, in addition to, my home school, my home department, but a sense of community that really got me through some of the harder parts of my PhD. And I built friendships with people that, different schools and different programs, and it became a really important source of support and friendship, and people that, you know, now that we're all graduated, we still hang out and keep in touch with one another. So some of my best friends at Stanford came from El Centro, and that the centers are really important uh, for for helping students succeed and find community.
Yeah, one advice I would give to graduate students at Stanford who are thinking of getting involved with the community center is to do it. Is to find a way to either be on an advisory board like I was, or to go to ask if they can become a mentor to undergraduate students. From my experience mentoring other undergrads, I think that people in college just appreciate someone listening to them and sharing their experiences, their ups, their lows, and their highs academically. So it's definitely a lot more. It's very rewarding to mentor undergraduate students.
And so these community centers, as fundamentally social organizations, like fundamentally community involved processes, really upend, like just really upend that ideology of individual weight, basically putting ourselves through hell to try to fulfill expectations either of ourselves or that others have for us. And so when it becomes a more social activity, it becomes something where you can triangulate your points of view. You can actually gain a more holistic experience on the basis of not everyone here sees the world the same way I do. Not everyone here has the same experiences. And there are times when we're able to talk about our experiences where we find moments of resonance that offer evidence against the detrimental patterns of thinking that we've developed when learning on our own. And so if you don't go to these community centers, if you try to take on these enormous expectations by yourself, I think, and at least that has been my experience when I try to take it on by myself, it falls in on itself. It collapses because that expectation of having to do it by yourself is a false one. And I think going to a community center, a place like the Black House, reminds me that learning is a social endeavor, and to do the type of work, to create the type of work that I want to create, it has to be one rooted in community rather than ideologies of white supremacy. So go.